Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Lagos, pleasant morning to you. Welcome to the last 1 hour of the show, Morning Crossfire. We are Nigeria Info. We're reaching you live from Etim Iyan, Christian Victoria Island, Lagos, Nigeria. It's 7 minutes inside the hour already. We've got a solid 45 minutes to ourselves this morning to have a conversation. I've got Chief Segun Sowunmi with me on the show today, and we'll be talking about the PDP, the opposition party, and his own aspiration. Chief Segun Sowunmi, welcome. Good morning to you once again. He joins us from Abuja this morning. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, Sheriff. How are you all doing?
We're fine. We're good. I was just tempted to say, oh, yeah, share the money. We're fine. We're good.
Okay, let's go.
Let's start with what I caught wind of that you just did, and that's about an opposition movement. Can you take Lagos through what you're planning to do? What is your plan? Something tells me that you're trying to form another political party. Is this true?
Well, good morning. Thank you very much. It's not in that direction per se. What I had observed with a lot of other people in the country is that somehow we are beginning to lose this democracy. What do I mean? If you have a nation that has an election map of close to 998 million, maybe even over that now by the time the new numbers are added, you have to ask, why are people not showing up at the polls? Now, if people are not showing up, you have to investigate. Is it that they're tired? Don't they get what it is? Or is it that the democracy is becoming a little bit toxic for them? You then have to say, okay, yes, it's okay. Everybody can come on board and say they are criticizing the ruling party all the time. But the ruling party will one day become opposition because the opposition today was once the ruling party. Where do we create a platform for a conversation that can sometimes even call the opposition to order? Because we have tended to allow the democracy to run on an idea that the only person that needs to improve or give account for himself is the ruling party. Yes, whereas there's a bigger need to hold the ruling party and put their feet to the fire, we have seen because of the quality of very weak opposition, disjointed opposition, mismanaged opposition, garrulous and quarrelsome opposition, sometimes near threatening implosion opposition, that there's also a need to now work on the opposition itself as well as the ruling party. And then we thought that, okay, the political space has become so narrow that it's not accommodating people and it's not opening up to accommodate fresh new ideas as quickly as we need. And therefore we thought, okay, let's come up with what we call the alternative. That is the name, but it is supposed to be a national opposition movement so that the country does not suffer a continuous fait accompli because political party players are not taking the issues as seriously as they should. And in that direction, what we now thought to do was that, okay, let's have a platform, let's create something that can then serve. If the ruling party is in government, it can criticize them, it can talk about the opposition, it can organize opposition, it can educate people, it can do a lot of reorientation on. I mean, wouldn't anybody be bothered at the rates at which we're doing voter buying? And does it not take away the opportunity given to people to even be able to have the power to pick their leaders if it gets to the point where all we see is that they are willing to sell it? And maybe we need to now do a lot more. So it's those kinds of ideas that we're pushing. And we're pushing it in a cross-party line. It's not a party thing.
I'm going to take you to the party thing now, because what you have said right now to show me is that PDP on its own, with the way it's currently structured, cannot be taken as a virile opposition to contest in 2027.
Well, within the context of PDP now, if you want to put it that way, the question you will ask is that what's happening in PDP in terms of its own internal issues? Why is better not coming from Labour? Why is better not coming from NNPP? Why is better not coming from any other party? There is no law in the country that says the only people that have to really organize opposition must be one party. And we have also seen that if all the parties are getting destabilized somehow at the same time, could not bring a suspicion that some other force is behind this desire to ensure that, things are not going well there. And I think that whatever it is worth, It doesn't matter who's going to win the next election. We should not be happy to have a country where there's only a foisted opinion that is not well thought through, not well researched, not well measured, and does not push the country in the right direction of positivity. And so it is this kinds of thing that we're doing. As for the PDP, the truth be said, yes, a political party cannot hold on to its own position without listening to its customer. Its customer in this case being the Nigerian citizen, the entire country, those who will vote, those who will not vote, bystanders, passionate people, party members. And if a political party becomes so obstinate to such a point that they can't even hear what is being said to it, then you think that, okay, maybe the alternative can also go talk to them and tell them, gentlemen, this is what we find and this is what we think you should do. So it will engage the ruling party, but certainly it will also engage opposition.
Are you trying to start a movement to hold hold on, Chief Show Me? Are you planning to start a movement to hold as bargaining chip against the PDP, or what exactly is it? Because the reason I'm asking is the PDP could have easily have thrown open their registration portal and say, guys, come and be a member of the PDP. Let's do this. We need you. There can be a massive campaign. Why go separately to go and start a movement, even when you're still in the PDP?
Sheriff, that's a very good question, but let me try and put it for you this way. At the heart of the challenge you are even having with party management is the origin and the characteristics of the person who was the first president in this democracy. That is Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. Somehow, the Nigerian democratic space have learned some of the wrongest things from his own style at that time. What are those things? It is not the ideal that the political party will be smaller than the government it backs. The ideal thing is that the political party is to be bigger than its government. Its government will go run the country, while the political party will run the philosophy, run the ideology, run the way of doing things, and hold the power, so that sometimes even the political party can force his manifesto agenda and his attitude and his culture on his elected representative. And so what we see by any other party too, even the ruling party, is that somehow we have mislearned that anybody who is a governor automatically is the alpha and omega of a political party in his state, and the president is the alpha and omega of a political party. And we have seen and have become completely convinced part of the reason why you have weak parties that are not able to quickly rack up the direction that things should go is because we have created an idea that a political party must be designed around the personality class of one person. And that has also affected the ability to be able to say, this is what this party stands for, this is the attitude of this party, this is the tone of voice of this party, this is the ideology of this party.
And you blame President Obasanjo for this?
Well, because I'm trying to say to you that at the beginning of this democracy, this republic, that's where we're going to have to start from. It wasn't like that in the Awolowo Republic. It wasn't like that in the what they call it, Shagari Republic. It was in this republic that, yes, he became the first president. And, of course, you know the story of Adu Ugbe. There's no need rehashing it. You know the story of how slowly but gradually the leadership of the country and that of the party started being in one person. And that then meant that the governors now took on that same responsibility. And are you now surprised that instead of talking about parties holding themselves responsible and blaming themselves for their attitude or whatever action or inaction, are you surprised that, take the case of the PDP, it has become convenient to be screaming the name of Just Wike as though he represents the suffrage of everybody in the party? A political party is an all-comers platform, and it must manage itself within its rules and regulations. And under no circumstance will the political party demonstrate or project such weakness that one person, however high, however low, is the totality of the issue in a party. And to kind of like relearn or learn and put in new ideas of how this thing should go, if it's to be sustainable. Those are some of the ideas that the alternative will be trying to do. We'll go around the country very quickly. We'll go through the zones, and after the zone, we'll allow the zonal people to go and push it down in their own state, local government and ward. And hopefully we'll begin to do the reorientation, the value proposition, begging the citizens not to give up in democracy. Because if you see that they are not turning up anymore,
right,
you know that means they're kind of like giving up or they're tired. And the only ones who show up on the day are the ones who are quick to be bribed. Shall the society now run a democracy in this era underneath an agenda that now people who have corruptly acquired wealth in the country, who have not been significantly punished, are now going to only be the ones having money, and questionable characters will now be the ones that are getting into office? That can be right. And if we can do something about it, then we will. And that's what this is about. It's a national opposition movement which we have christened the alternative. We christened it the alternative, lest it be seen as, oh, it's only meant to be attacking the ruling party, and it's left, the opposition is left to be on holiday. Right. So we have called it the alternative, so that if there's a need to talk to the ruling party, we will talk to them. If there's a need to call opposition elements, we will do the same. So slowly but gradually, with the hope of God and collaboration and help of everybody, especially you members of the fourth realm of the estate, especially those of you that are all air personality, we need to be asking ourselves, what is the value of the education, the culture, and all of the years we've spent, even as a nation, we're not pushing things in the right direction.
Chief Sowunmi, I want us to move away from the alternatives very quickly. But before we move, you were saying we. Could you cite some names for us and for the press, my colleagues who are listening? Who are the other people that you are calling we?
It's too early to start mentioning people's names when we've not really given them positions yet. In a couple of days, after we have gone around the zones, the proper structure of who is what is his responsibility will arise.
Is there a possibility of this morphing into a political party before 2027? Is that I'm not saying that it's we. I'm saying, is it a possibility?
I tell you with every sense of responsibility, what I actually hope, my hope and prayer is that this will not do that. Rather, what this will do is help the Nigerian citizens to look at all the parties, look at all the candidates, and help them to say, everything considered, this is a better person, so that we can remove the fait accompli that usually comes from the carelessness of political parties, whom ordinarily are supposed to be the first safeguards in a democracy. Remove their fait accompli of just bringing whatever they want, proposing whatever they want, and throwing on whoever they want, and then good materials will be stranded. So what we're trying to do this time is to create a pan-political, pan-Nigerian movement that does not allow quality men to be stranded. So if the best man that is going to be able to drive the country, after about 18 months, people will start throwing themselves up, we can then look at it and say, no, for the benefit of what we're saying in the country, this particular direction is the way to go. Look at what we're doing. Candidates will refuse to come for debate. Candidates will be doing like they don't have to talk to people. They don't have to answer questions. They will just do a single narrative proposition, start doing paid media, confusing the electorate so that they can just go back to the field and feed them with money and then onions and whatever they dash on the field and say that is the basis. We will help the parties, the country, the citizens, the bystanders to profile the people, and hopefully the best man will be thrown up. And we can only advise. But if we have to become a political party, I don't know that, but that will happen. It's supposed to happen. But I really don't think that our problem in the country is having a name of a political party. We have about 18 of them, if not 19. How well do they do? We have the top two that are the
Chief, let's quickly talk about you and the PDP. I know that you have plans to be the national chairman of the PDP someday, but it's by the day it's looking as though things are stacked up against you. I don't know how you want to explain that, but tell me what the current PDP chairman is doing wrong right now that you'd rather you become or you replace him.
Well, we don't have a substantive national chairman now. We have an acting national chairman in Umaru Damagu, and to the best of what I can see, he's doing his best to make sure that they can manage all shades of opinion and take all the body blows on behalf of the party. I had said to Yoshi Ayu that when he was chairman, in the build-up to that election, I had said to him, sir, I do not know whether I will be successful at this election you are leading, but that wouldn't matter to me. My expectation and hope is that you will be able to reform the party immediately after, because I trust that being a Marxist, a teacher of these things, you will understand that this process we are running is not going to be sustainable in the long run. Unfortunately, he couldn't wait out to stand because somehow some joker went to the state to remove him, and now we have that tailspin. And I've been screaming to the PDP, a 26, 27-year-old political party, organization, business, company, family has a right to review itself, to repair its framework, to rewrite its operational manual, to look at what has been an issue and a recurring issue and repair it. Yes, to give to the credit of PDP, they've been around for a while. We've been democratic. We've been struggling with the attitude of the Nigerian citizens because a political party is really a microcosm of the citizens themselves. The attitude of the nation will creep into the political party, but it behoves political party to stand on the high moral ground to ensure that they can represent better. And of course, I said I should be national. I won't be national chairman so that some of this reform can just go quickly. But in the meantime, even if I were to be national chairman, there is still space for the alternative. Because even I then, in case I get...
I don't want to go back to the alternative. I'm asking you a very direct question. What is he doing wrong right now that you feel that...
Well, I mean, because it's not a substantive national chairman, what can I hold him to? But in my opinion, people have a lot of expectation from the chairman. If he was not Damagu, it could have been any other person at this time. But if he is a substantive chairman, fully substantive, then the question will be, what are we doing about anti-party? What are we doing about the big elephants in the room? What are we doing about those who just go up and down the place, demarketing the party and no consequence? What are we doing about opening up the space for the party members and getting a party register that is verifiable and has integrity? What are we doing about funding the party across board instead of this nonsense where we were just held at the mercy of the governors? What are we doing to let the governors themselves understand that they can never be bigger than the party and that no child is bigger than the mother or father that gave it life? So these are the kinds of things I want them to do, but it will be too much to be holding the acting chairman to those when over the years none of them have actually gone that way and it's not substantive. If the will of God says it's going to be substantive and the collegiate says it's substantive, these are the kinds of agenda we'll put before him. But you can be rest assured that if I'm the national chairman, from day one, we get to work.
Chief, let's pause here. Let's go to break. When we return, Chief Olabode George was in our studio yesterday, and there was conversation that happened. I'd like to speak to you about some of the things that he spoke about, particularly about the next candidate of the PDP coming from the South.
That'll be interesting when you come back.
We'll return in a moment. Stay with us. Lagos will be right back, please.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this. Looking for ways to overcome challenges in your career journey? The perfect time to step into a world of opportunity is now. At Markets for You, a trusted, well-renowned online training company with over 17 years of experience and customers spread across the globe. Discover a new way to earn and learn by copying top traders from around the world. No previous experience required. If you're over 18, you can start earning profits from the comfort of your home today. Visit www.marketsforyou.com or call 0912-779-0500, 0912-779-0500 today to start your journey towards financial independence with Markets for You.
5 Alive Poppy. So much pop. So many ways to pop it. He gulps it. She chews it. He slurps it. Filled with pop in every bowl. Everyone pops it their way. So, how do you pop it?
Find amazing treats for everyone this holiday with Showmax. Celebrate like a champion with soccer.
Very well taken.
Find your festive inspo with our masters of style.
That's what I'm here for.
Embark on a fun-filled global adventure.
Here we go.
Share your love moments with family and friends.
My son, the most handsome.
And enjoy some truly royal spoils.
I want the power to control what happens in my life.
Only on Showmax, because everyone deserves a holiday treat.
Mommy, I miss your big smile.
Oh, sweetheart, there's just been a lot on my mind lately.
Everyone out there, Spar Market understands. This Black Black Friday will bring back your smile with amazing discounts of up to 50% across various products.
Really? That's amazing. Come, honey, let's plan our shopping list together.
Spar Market Black Friday. Spreading smiles across Nigeria from November 22nd to December 1st. Visit the nearest Spar Market store to enjoy amazing discounts of up to 50%. Terms and conditions apply. Spar Market, there for you.
Hello, excuse me. This Milo pack looks different. I'm seeing support energy release, BAM, on the pack. Is it the same Milo?
No, this one is new and improved. The support energy release means when you give your kids Milo as part of breakfast, you are giving them energy they need to go to school.
Ah, I like this one.
Your kids need nourishing energy. Give them the new and improved Milo at breakfast. It has nutrients that support energy release to help them get the most out of their day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo! 25 naira for one share. Plus for every 6 share we I hold, I get one jara.
What do they do?
I dey count how many shares I fit get from over 5 billion shares. We FBN Holdings, they give people who don't already get shares with them. Them get chance to buy more for 25 naira. Baby, this one means say if you don't already get shares for FBN Holdings, you fit get one jara share on top of every 6 where you don't get before. No let this one pass you. Make you yourself collect your own share of tomorrow with FBN Holdings right issue. This offer go last from 4th November to 12th December 2024. Waka go your stockbroker place or any First Bank branch or visit www.fbnholdings.com to collect your share. You fit also buy share directly from First Mobile Banking app. FBN Holdings. Collect your own share of tomorrow.
Well man and well woman.
Are you tired and run down? Well Man and Well Woman from Vitabiotics UK provide your one-a-day capsules with all the benefits for healthy living.
Well Man has been specially developed for men to maintain general health and vitality.
Well Woman is a blend of minerals and vitamins at optimal levels, specifically designed for busy modern women.
Make a healthy change today with Well Man and Well Woman. Available in all good pharmacies nationwide.
Health and vitality.
Your personal information like your name, address, phone number, and even health records are valuable. You need to be conscious of who has access to it and how it's used when you share it. If you experience a data breach or misuse of your personal information, report it to the Nigeria Data Protection Commission, NDPC. Visit www.ndpc.gov.ng or NDPC on all social media platforms to report incidents and stay informed. Nigeria Data Protection Commission, NDPC, championing privacy rights.
In the kitchen game, there are players and then Agba Ballers, MVP, Player of the Year, 10-0, no rival. Become an Agba Baller with the new improved Maggi chicken flavor, the game changer, made with a flavorful formation of onions, celery, turmeric to bring out your top game in the kitchen. Elevate the taste of your everyday dishes with delicious rich chicken flavor. Oh yeah, let's go.
New Maggi chicken flavor, the game changer.
Any platform can help you save. But when it comes to investing, you need a partner that you can trust and is committed to helping you achieve your goals. A partner with a global footprint, diversified investment options, and great returns that help you grow. You need RiseVest. RiseVest is your partner for dollar investments like U.S. stocks, U.S. real estate, fixed income, and Naira Savings Vault. Invest with RiseVest to earn interest between 8 to 15% in dollars and up to 25% in Naira. Download the RiseVest app or visit www.risevest.com to start investing. Rise. Investments that help you grow.
From being the wicked producer to the jiggy artist, I have always been onto some big things. I am Young John. You already know I love big things, especially when it comes to my refreshment. That's why I don't play with my Pepsi 60cl long throat bottle, because it's big refreshments, big value, big flex, big things. Big things, Nemo like Pepsi, jiggy.
No matter what I do, you love me unconditionally. You show up for me every day, no matter when I show you.
A mother's love is unconditional. Nothing serves this love better than a bowl of Indomie. So, show some love with Indomie.
You
You define better odd. I be you one play cause over 1.5. I be you one bet to say both seem no go score at all. Yeah, we get better payout. No worry, we there for you. Our odd chabrat out. In a day for bet baba. We win money, bet baba. Cash out today easy or bet baba. We get online games for you to play. Oh God, all I want. Yeah, we get better bonus. Money me no dollar. Yeah, na bet baba day so. Cash out no sharp. Oh darling, no. Welcome to Bet Baba.
Register now on betbaba.ng. Not for people under 18.
QuickBooks go give you loans, quick loans from QuickBooks. It no matter who you are. They find me quick cash to support your business. Or you need a quick loan, make I show you the way. Come to QuickBooks, yeah. Whether you the business owner, I be 9 to 5, it no matter who you are. QuickBooks will give you loans, quick loans from QuickBooks. Come get your loans today. QuickBooks will give you loans, use Papa, whoever.
Get diverse range of loans from QuickBooks by Access Bank for your business and personal needs. It's fast, reliable, and easy to access. Get QuickBooks loans on the Access More app, QuickBooks app, or by dialing *901*11#. Access, more than banking.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
Your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome back to the Morning Crossfire here on Nigeria Info 99.3. Chief Segun Sowunmi is joining us, or has joined us via the telephone lines all the way from Abuja. Chief, thank you again for joining us. Let's quickly move on with our conversation. Chief, are you here with me?
Very much here with you.
Fantastic. Let's move on with our question very quickly. Before we get into the interview that I spoke to you about with Chief George yesterday on Uncle Jimmy Disu's show, they spoke about plenty things.
I listened to it.
Okay, good. Before we get to it, please turn off the radio. So I'm getting a hold back here. It's difficult.
I don't have a radio around me. No.
Oh, I'm getting a hold back here. I don't know what's going on.
I don't have a radio, neither do I have a TV. Nothing is on around me.
Okay. It's I can't hear anything again now.
Okay.
I want to ask this question first and foremost. There's going to be your Congress next year, I believe. The governors have asked to move the Congress till next year, and then the party can restructure then. But a lot of your party chieftains, they've been talking about the capabilities of Damagum. In fact, I've even heard one person saying that Damagum will be retained as party chair. Let's assume that this is a possibility. What will this mean? I know that we've talked about your own aspiration to go and sit on that throne, but what will this mean for the PDP should Damagum is retained as the party chairman?
The law of our party allows any free-born citizen member of our party to aspire. The rules of aspiration in PDP is almost like the rule of aspiration or contest for the country.
Okay.
If we get to that bridge and Ilyas Damagum as national chairman wishes to, exercise his legitimate right for aspiration, of course, he's welcome to try. I have been longest on the journey of let's try and do this thing different, let's do this thing different, let's do this thing differently. I may rack up all my energies and challenge him and see how it goes. My attitude to all contests has always been, I will present ideas, I'll present myself, believing that maybe they will like it. But I always say to them and to myself, I'm not in the business of getting angry if you don't allow me to do a difficult job. If the job is difficult, if I think it's going to be useful, if I think my ideas are profound, I'll offer it. within limits. And if they take a decision, we all, me, them, we all live with the consequences. One thing I can guarantee is that the vast majority of the citizens of our country, and even members of our parties and lovers of our party, somehow desire change. And we cannot be holding the ruling party to account of change or do this, do that, reform this, do that about the economy and all that. While they are busy trying to solve the fiscal issues, the financial issues, the monetary issues, the security issues, the planning issue, the food security issues, the inflation issues, these are very difficult things to solve. The opposition cannot be on holiday. My view is that while they're busy, opposition should also be busy. Busy first to clean up itself, busy to look at its rules and regulations and the framework afresh, and busy with coming up with alternative concepts. I was particularly embarrassed as an opposition element that the 2023 presidential election, they said exactly the same thing. So even now when they want to do the criticism, it's very hard for them because you said you are going to deregulate. They are deregulating. What's the issue? You said you are going to remove subsidy. They remove subsidy. What's your issue? You said you are going to also float currency. You are going to remove arbitrage. They've done it. What's your issue? So if you say you are going to do the same policy with your rival, and then one of you, your rival gets on the seat, most of the time I consider their excessive criticism to be born out of jealousy. Because whatever it is that the ruling party is dealing with now, more than likely is what you would have dealt with. It's a bit of a reversionist idea saying that, oh, if you had been the one on the saddle, you do it differently. We don't know that yet. What we know is that you all said you're going to do the same thing. And I warned at that time. I said you will confuse the electorate. There has to be a differentiation. There has to be a reason why it's either I'm drinking Coke or I'm drinking Fanta. You can't come to the table and be saying all of us are Coke, all of us are Fanta, and then be wondering why people are not, able to choose really. So that's that on that. And then, of course, if Damagun gets to get the nod, when I ran for governor in Ogun State, under PDP, we had three, everybody had their primaries because it became difficult. I emerged in one, Adebutu emerged in one, Jimmy Lawal emerged in one. We all went to court. I even defeated them at the Court of Appeal, waiting for the Supreme Court. It became status bad. They didn't call the case before time. And when the chiefs were down, I took a decision that, okay, well, one must be able to demonstrate with his own life that what he preaches, he means, which is that you don't have to insist that if you don't get what you want, the party must die. What did I do? Jimmy Lawal decided to bolt away and go and start running something that doesn't even make sense with another party. And I worked with Adebutu very, very well and to demonstrate my sincerity. I worked so damn hard that in my federal constituency of Abeokuta Federal Constituency, that's where he got his largest.
Hello, Chief. We can't hear you anymore. Can you hear me, Chief? Oh, okay. We'll try and see if we can get him back on the line. Let's try and get him back on the line. Okay, I'm gonna hang up now and see if we can bring Chief back to the conversation. Lagos, if you're just tuning in, you're welcome. And by the way, we're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. Nigeria Info 99.3. Sorry, Nigeria Info 99.3 is how you can watch live on Facebook and on YouTube. I will be taking your comment one after the other in a bit. But let's take a few calls first, and we'll come back to your comments. Let's jump on this call here. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yes, please turn off your radio and call me back, okay?
Good morning. My name is Frank.
All right, Frank, go on ahead.
I agree with your guest.
Okay.
But what about INEC chairman? Because INEC chairman is the, let's say, it's all and all on the election. Last election, they brought Beaver. They spent a lot of money on the Beaver.
Yes, we know all the story. You're worried about the INEC, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Let me quickly jump back. Chief is back on the line. Chief, show me, are you here?
I am
Okay.
back on the line.
All right.
Like I was saying, I've demonstrated consistency over the years. First, the consistency and fidelity of standing with the PDP, notwithstanding what, and consistent speaking on issues over the years, and also consistently demonstrating that what I preach, I practice, because I stood even though. And now I've seen that, okay, there's a need for us to, make it bigger. You can't have opposition voices in silos.
Right.
One is saying it's hot, one is saying it's cold. And we're trying to say, okay, let's take it easy with ourselves. Let's deceive ourselves that anybody that in the villa is not able to do it and that the next man in the villa is a magician. It is clear to us over the numerous cycles of presidents we've had in this republic, from Obasanjo to Yaradua to Jonathan to Buhari, Buhari now to Bola Tinubu, and we're still complaining. To take another look at it. Very strongly too.
All right, let's talk about what
and most of your members.
Chief, I think it's a network thing again. Chief, can you hear me? Let's quickly talk about what Chief Bode just said yesterday about the possibility of choosing, or, well, let me put it this way. He said that Atiku Abubakar should not run in 2027, and because, according to him, the candidate of the People's Democratic Party must come from the South. What's your position on that?
You see, sometimes when these elderly people talk, provoke everybody. First of all, they have not given us a legacy that is so great, and their record is not that pristine. So one time you even wonder by what magic are they even bellowing some unreasonable things. For instance, it is not his position anybody to contest or not contest. It is the right of people to try to contest. And you cannot be bullying one person and screaming his name all over the place because he's exercising his right. That does not mean that I think that Atiku should contest or not contest. That's his decision. I think Chief Judge needs to go easy. He's been going after him for way too long. It's almost beginning to bother on jealousy. Now, on the issue of whether we should zone to the south and the west, I think the judges of this world are misreading our constitution. It could never have been the intention of the drafters of our constitution that we're going to be tied to the apron string of the zoning of our rivals. Political parties don't just zone. Ultimately, the political party wish to win elections and so that they can form government based on their own policy programs and ideas. You cannot insist that while PDP had gone south, with Jonathan and Obasanjo being the longest occupiers of the seat, you cannot insist that, because the APC now is in the south, we must be with them. What happens if that is not a strong base for us to pick our own candidate? Why would the like of judges of this world be acting like children and be insisting that the political party should not try to win an election? That said, then even if he wanted to now say we should go south, and listen to him, the hypocrisy of the idea is that they don't even have the decency to say the only southern position PDP can go to is southeast. When they started this, their southern nonsense in Delta State. When all governors gathered together in the Southern Governors Forum, with Okowa as governor hosting them, and they said they were going to insist that the next president should come south. I ran to television and radio the next day to say, no, you cannot insist that we're going to follow the zoning of our rivals. They have just gone north for the first time. We have been going north-south, north-south, north-south. While we were doing north-south, 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 to win power, they stood perpetually in the north. People say this, and okay, to concede to you, then in that case you must say immediately, without even the breath with which you used to say is going south. Don't let that saliva dry in your mouth before you say southeast, because the only place we...
The network again. The network.
You going to say that you want to go south so that Yoruba man can try to succeed Bola Tinubu, and you'll be playing with the stupid idea that we can do 12 years in the southwest? Or you're going to be playing with an idea that after Jonathan, we go to the south again, as if we've not gone there with Jonathan? What would we say to our brothers in the southeast? What would we tell the brothers in the that, we cannot find a way to agree that it's their turn, especially from the PDP angle? Everything does, but we do. So if the judge wants to talk about, so you better say straight without beating about the bush that it's southeast we're talking about. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Let's now quickly get one or two calls in because we have about 4 minutes left on the program. So we'll just get Lagos to interact with you for like 4 or so minutes. Lagos, Chief Sowunmi is here with us via telephone line. You've got questions for him or contributions, please call. Mail line is 0201 277 0993. That is 0201 277-0993. Female only line. Only females can call this line. 0201-465-7190. That is 0201-465-7190. WhatsApp number is 0809-597-5805 on WhatsApp. Good morning to you.
Morning, Mr. Sheriff.
Morning to you. Yes, please.
Heard your discussion over the radio this morning. It's just a pity that so far so good. We don't have a worthy opposition against the ruling party. Moles have been implanted everywhere. No PDP, no LP. Everybody's just running helter-skelter, seeking for their selfish interest. Except the PDP gets their acts together. We are going nowhere. Their roof is leaking. They should mend it or face consequences. Thank you, and have a nice day.
Thank you too. Let's take another call quickly. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Chief.
Good morning to you.
My name is Robert.
Welcome.
My question is that Mr. Sowunmi is aware that there is a rift between Wike and our team. And why is it difficult for the National Working Committee to put these people together and iron this issue? And if they cannot be, why can't they suspend them instead of to tear the party apart? If this issue is not resolved, they don't stand a chance to withstand any political the APC in 2027. That is my own position.
All right. Thank you. Chief, you'd like to respond to that?
Well, let me start with the last man. You see, sometimes people like me who are so passionate about the party, it's almost as if we're clairvoyants. Way before we did the last primary, Wike is alive, Atiku is alive. I went to both of them independently to tell them, if you guys, both of you don't take it in with yourself, you will destroy this party. And I was speaking to the stand that we can't ignore Wike. If he's able to manage governors, do this work, then we have to accept that that's a force. And you, Atiku, we can't ignore you. You have been contesting so much, so you have a lot of followers. We can't ignore you. But both of you, take it easy with yourself. I even pleaded with both of them. Can't you go on a joint ticket? You, Wike, can't you just back him and be the vice president? You, Atiku, can't you just take him as vice president? All in a bid to tell them to take it easy. Okay, they have not taken it easy. They didn't listen. Look at where the party is. So I think that, yes, those are legitimate demands from the people. And I wish I was the chairman of the party. You guys would have seen the kind of strong, very, very strong position.
What position would you have taken? What would you have done?
First of all, if I was the national chairman of the PDP, if Governor Wike comes and tells me that they've invited him to join APC, I would have frozen his membership. I would have treated him as the way a university treats somebody that goes on sabbatical. While you are on sabbatical, your membership is frozen. When you come back, they activate it. And by freezing membership, what would have meant is that means you can't be in charge of our party structure, either in Rivers or anywhere. You can't attend our meeting till you are done. And even if you come, we're going to give you 3 months to, you know what they call, debrief you. So you can take all the jargons that you learn from them, drop it, and then come back to your beloved party. Since you say you are not leaving, there's no way on earth I would have allowed him to say he's going to go and serve in APC, and then he will still sit down as a member of authority over the party. I would not have allowed that as chairman, because it would be wrong to allow. How can you sit in there? I mean, how do we know when they start slipping out? And I'm not saying it in any snide or disrespectful manner. I'm just saying that is the proper thing a political party that is futuristic would do.
Right.
And of course, if I were the national chairman, right now I would have been very hard on Atiku. I would have said to me in very, very clear language, call your dogs to order. They cannot insist that because Zamagun is in an active capacity, the only thing they know to say is the party is dead, the party is dead, the party is dead. I would allow that. I would have done a matching back of who is speaking, who is backing him. And I've told him, really, get yourself suspended.
What would you have done about the G5 governors? All of them.
Well, the G5 governor, luckily, they have finished their term. No, I cannot imagine myself.
No, I said, what would you have done if you were?
At that time?
Yes.
I would never have allowed it. There were 2 things that happened in that thing. Number one, it was wrong for all of them to have spoken at convention ground, and you give Tambwa a second opportunity without offering them a second opportunity through. That was wrong. I would never have allowed that. If it means I have to do the primary again, I would have done it again. I would have allowed that. The second thing I would not have allowed them to set up a committee to go and look for a vice president, and then the person that came tops in that committee will be dropped for the one that did not get as much. I would not have allowed that. So as a leader, if you are upright and straight like a knife, you will find out that people will understand. But you cannot have a group for the gander. That was from. As much as you are blaming Wike, you have to also look at things from his angle.
Chief, I'm glad that you ended your speech on that, because I'm going to release the elephant in the room right now, and this is one of the essence of this conversation today, and this will be my last question to you, and you'll probably have 2 minutes to respond to me.
Okay.
I heard from a source that Wike is behind your alternative movement. He's the one that is funding your alternative movement.
Jesus.
He is. Hold on. Let me finish. That he is the one preparing ground for himself to take over in 2027. What's your reaction to this in 2 minutes?
Oh God, I wish Wike knew me as much as people say. He would know me every day. Anyway, I've only had an opportunity of meeting him once in my life. And that once I met him was way before the primary, when I saw the direction. I went to Alhaji Atiku. I said, sir, I'm going to go and beg him. I begged the former attorney general, that please let me beg this guy to take it easy, that this is getting too much. He said the only thing he can do is organize that I come and beg him myself. And one beautiful day he said I should come. And when I begged him, I said, sir, you will destroy this party, you and this other man. Can't you take this with yourself? Campaign without abusing yourself. And we can say something which is very instructive. I must say them first. When they attack me, I only respond. I went back to the media and I checked and I saw that he was right. And I went back to my own man and I said, this is what he says, this is what he said, this is what he said. Please, this party will be destroyed. We have 25 years that we have been a democratic institution. Are we going to destroy because can't be chairman, can't be presidential candidate at the same time? Can't you people combine? All of that I did. And so if anybody say Wike is the one sponsoring, I wish he was. If Wike was sponsoring me, I'll be flying. I'm doing this with my own cost at my own expense. Because I just think that maybe they will not even like truth. And I don't want anybody to bring this dirty, corrupt, rich money to me if he cannot stand the truth. I'm not one election. I'm interested in democracy and its institutions surviving. There'll be Wike today, there won't be Wike tomorrow. Where's Odili, who was standing in that same place? Where's the Amechi? If the other man that is in Rivers today had been a politician, the dynamics would have been different. You don't take on a battle you can't fight. You have to think through everything. Sitting down there, you have only 3 assembly or 4 assembly members, and you want to consider that into the totality of the...
Chief, your own party chairman has said that INEC should conduct... Your own party chairman has said INEC should conduct by election to replace the lawmakers.
Don't deceive yourself. You say, I don't have the time for misinformation and
Chief, I have to go.
That letter was written in December 2023.
We have to go.
Almost in December 2024 now. The rightness or wrongness of that letter is also a function of the judicial issues and the traps in
Chief
the judiciary.
Segun, we must go now. We must go now.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us on the show. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Shari. It's always a pleasure to come around you.
All right. Thank you, sir. Have a good one. Lagos, that's our show today. You can follow me on social media. TikTok is Sheriff Quadry. Twitter is Sheriff Quadry as well. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
My kids love
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.